Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the virtual 32nd annual Steak and Burger event. I am Hal Smith, President and CEO of Boys and Girls Clubs of the Virginia Peninsula, and you are looking live at our activity center at our Greater Hampton Roads Club in Newport News. We look a little different this year, like most things, so here's what you can expect from tonight's evening. In just a moment, we will have William B. from our Gloucester Club perform the Star Spangled Banner. Then Jenna Lawrence, our Marketing and Special Events Director, will thank our incredible sponsors. Angel Nelson, our Chief Operating Officer, and Unit Director, LaTanya Littleton, will award our Volunteer of the Year. After a few remarks from me, we will continue the program with our Impact video, followed by another performance by Peninsula Club member Xavion. Then our board chair, Scott Russell from Ferguson Enterprises, will introduce our Youth of the Year. Our Youth of the Year, Tiara Bennett, will share her club story and will be presented with her award by Unit Director Walida Hooker, and that will conclude our evening. So without further ado, here is club member William performing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
What a wonderful performance by club member William. We all know Boys and Girls Clubs is all about our youth, but tonight wouldn't be possible without some pretty spectacular donors I'd like to take just a moment to thank. First, thank you to our presenting sponsor, Ferguson Enterprises. Ferguson makes this event the success that it is, but I'll get to them in a moment. Because of Scott Russell's leadership and Ferguson's involvement, vendors from all around the world have contributed to providing an inclusive and safe place for our community's kids. There are countless vendors that make this night possible, and it would take hours to share all of their names, but I encourage you to check our website. We are so grateful for the continued success of this event for 32 years. However, we would not have achieved this incredible level of success if not for the involvement of Board Chairman Scott Russell and Ferguson Enterprises. Thanks to Scott's efforts with Ferguson's vendors worldwide, he has generated over $61,500 for this event. Finally, I'd like to thank Charles Barker and Mohammed Mayasi. The Charles Barker Champion for Kids Foundation and Mohammed show their dedication to our youth's great futures year after year. Mohammed began working with Sammy in the restaurant business and Steak and Burger Kitchen for decades, and for 3 years he did the event himself, preparing hundreds of steaks. For his dedication, we'd like to present him with this award. Let's take a look.
So ladies and gentlemen, as Jenna just mentioned, for over 30 years, Mohammed Mayasi has been a big part of this event, working alongside our board member, Sammy Canavis, from day one. This event would not be as instrumental as it has been without the contribution of not only Sammy, but Mohammed, who 3 years ago took this event under his wing and provided the leadership to be able to produce well over 300 meals. That's 300 steaks, 300 baked potatoes, and 300 salads. As you can imagine, that's an all-day event. This event would not be the success without the contribution of Mohammed Mayasi. And on behalf of Boys and Girls Clubs of the Virginia Peninsula, we want to present you with this plate and thank you for the years of service and the contribution to youth in our community.
Thank you. Thank you. Now moving on to our Volunteer of the Year finalist. And our winner is Corey Core from our Pinedale Manor unit. Corey began volunteering at the Pinedale Manor Boys and Girls Club in the fall of 2017 after a referral from her employer, Ferguson Enterprises. She mentored Pinedale's 2018 Youth of the Year, Helena Thomas, but has now extended her service to the entire club through Monday Motivation. It's a program she designed. Once per week, Corey educates teens and preteens in the club on goal setting, self-discipline, financial literacy, and emotional intelligence. She even provides individual counseling with members to monitor their goals and create custom progression plans. Recently, she's incorporated physical fitness into her mentoring with fitness routines, and staff have already noticed an increase in self-esteem from those participating. Unit Director Latanya Littleton said, Corey has created a program that streamlines the mission of the clubs, but more importantly, she is dedicated to the cause and leads by example. Corey, please come and accept your award. Thank you so much for giving your talent, your time, and your treasure to all of our kids at the Boys and Girls Clubs. We really appreciate everything you've done for them.
I think the opportunity is all mine. I feel extremely privileged and grateful to have had the opportunity to work with kids, to get them to get to know them a little bit more, to get to know you and the staff here. So it's done wonders for my life as well as my perspective. So thank you guys so much for the opportunity.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Here tonight. We have a lot to be proud of at Boys and Girls Clubs of the Virginia Peninsula. In 2019, we served over 5,000 club members. Next year, our organization will celebrate 75 years in service. Most of America sees Boys and Girls Clubs across the country and view the clubs as merely an after-school facility, but we do so much more. Our Yes Academy works with our teens to teach resume writing and conduct mock interviews. We teach STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, through hands-on interactive experiments. Through our Torch and Keystone clubs, we challenge club members to address community concerns and promote positive solutions. We mentor and tutor, and we provide the opportunity for creativity to be sparked through the arts. We do so much more so our youth can be so much more. Clubs are that link. They are where we build great futures so the youth of today can change the world of tomorrow. With the onset of COVID-19 in March, which is the reason why we're celebrating this virtual steak and burger event today, Boys and Girls Clubs of the Virginia Peninsula has stepped up to modify our operating model while maintaining service to our youth on the peninsula. Since March 31st, through our Eat Smart program, we have served over 70,000 grab-and-go dinner meals. Let me say that again, 70,000 grab-and-go dinner meals. In mid-May, we added a breakfast component to our meal offering, which has provided over 45,000 breakfast meals so far. Our virtual programming platform has seen the creation of 75 videos giving our youth activities in our 5 core programming areas while they are at home. We have also connected with our youth via Zoom to provide STEM programs led by wonderful NASA volunteers with the assistance of our staff. Zoom has been the platform to engage our teens in Smart Girls and Passport to Manhood leadership programs. Our weekly wellness checks allow our club directors to connect directly with our parents as well. It doesn't just take a village to raise a child. It takes an army. It takes a base of operations and trained professionals and innovative teaching strategies and career counseling and help with math and fun and games and tech and science and exercise and college prep and mentoring and hopes and dreams and on and on. It doesn't just take one of these things, it takes all of them. Because when it comes to building great futures for our children, good enough is never enough. That is why when it comes to our youth, we do whatever it takes. Back in March, we had a few of our previous Youth of the Years come back to share the impact the club had on them. Let's take a moment and listen to their stories.
experience at the Boys and Girls Club was great. I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club every single day. Every day they were open. It was never a day that I missed going to the Boys and Girls Club unless I was sick, and I still went then if they let me in.
I love music. I love a ton of things, honestly, and the Boys and Girls Club made that possible for me to love a lot of things because I got to experience doing a lot of things.
Honestly, from day one entering the club, my mentor, Chris Blackwell, came to me and he said, there's a little bit more that you can give to us. And in that moment, I realized that life wasn't just about me. It was about those that I could impact.
There's a lady, Ms. Douglas. She works in the computer lab. She's been here since before it was even a Boys and Girls Club. And she's always been one of those people to push me and help me go into like a better direction. So it was like, I never really had to be down for long because I always knew that she would help me out with anything that I needed. Even if she didn't understand it, she would go and she would look it up, and then the next day she'll come back and she'll teach all of us. So.
And it was because of the mentorship that the club gave me that I learned to take negative experiences and turn them into positive opportunities and to become a lifelong learner. So without the club, I don't know that I would have gone to college. I don't honestly know that I would be here today.
What would my life look like without the Boys and Girls Club? I actually just thought about that this past week. And I don't know where I'd be. And I think that's the biggest point, is that there's so much consistency with the clubs and with the people there that I was able to learn trust, and I was able to learn what a family felt like, because family's always there, and the Boys and Girls Club was always there for me. If I could tell one thing to people about the Boys and Girls Clubs, is that it makes a difference. It meets the little needs and the big needs of kids who don't have a lot of hope or a lot of stability at home. It is the consistent, safe place when there's inconsistency everywhere around them. And that provides so much hope to those kids.
The support that you are giving has a lifelong impact on us all.
Our club members, Xavion. Wow, that was an amazing drum performance. As you can see, we have some very talented youth in our clubs. It is now my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce to the stage, the virtual stage, our board chair, Scott Russell of Ferguson Enterprises. Scott?
Thank you, Hal. And good evening, everyone. First of all, I want to say it is an honor to be here, and thank you for being with us. We wish we could do this in person. And I first want to say thank you to our Youth of the Year panel judges for their time, dedication, and thoughtfulness, and take a moment to recognize them. Rhoda Altshuler, Lucy Ann Hancock, and Assistant Chief Eric Randall of the Newport News Police Department. You all may know our 2020 Youth of the Year already, but as you can imagine, the process for selecting just one representative as Boys and Girls Clubs of the Virginia Peninsula Youth of the Year is a vigorous one. The panel had an incredibly difficult decision, so we want to remind all of our candidates that to be chosen as a Club Youth of the Year winner is an incredible achievement of its own. For a moment, we'd like to recognize each of our candidates. Brianna Pollard from Gloucester, Serenity Williams from Crossroads Village, Tiara Bennett from Greater Hampton Roads, and Tyvana Staten Fuller from Peninsula. So let's offer congratulations to our Club Youth of the Year winners, and I wish you all were here. We'd give them a round of applause, but I'm going to give you one as well. After an extensive application and interview process, our panel narrowed the candidates down to 3 exceptional finalists, and our 2020 Youth of the Year winner is, drum roll please, Tiara Bennett from Greater Hampton Roads. Tiara went on in April to represent Boys and Girls Clubs of the Virginia Peninsula in the state competition, and this past weekend traveled down to Elizabeth City State University for her freshman year of college. Now we want to take a moment to hear her story and the impact the club had on her.
If the question is how the club has impacted me, I say it's not the club that made a difference, but the people. When I first started attending the club, I really didn't like it. I only went to keep me out of the house and off the streets. But the club grew on me. Growing up, I didn't like talking. From socializing to basic communication, none of that suited me. Just the thought of holding a conversation with someone terrified me, and I felt like a failure. Later, I was diagnosed with a social anxiety disorder and depression. During this time, it seemed like everything I did wasn't good enough. I know most people see me as a smart and hardworking person, but I'm not. This makes me think that I'm not really all I'm cracked up to be, and it caused me to be discouraged in everything I do in life. I wanted to go to college to become a surgeon, but then I realized I should probably be more realistic about life. I could never become a surgeon, so I settled for sociology in college. But to be honest, I don't think I can do that, because what can I become in life with a sociology degree? Nothing. At this point, I'm only going to college to make my family happy. However, I want to be happy. Truly happy, and never pretending. But I feel as if I go, it'll make my family proud. The only thing that's holding me back is myself, because I am my worst enemy. I'll never make it in life to complete a goal that probably isn't that hard to reach. Once said by a young woman with no plans of living past her 18th birthday. Me, that once heavily depressed and cloudy-minded person, was me, Tiara Rashay Bennett. I then read a quote from Amber Liu that states, "In order to succeed, you must fail." In these times of despair, the club was the wall that held me up. It gave me the confidence that I was missing and made me realize that everything would be okay. Even when I lost some of my closest friends to gun violence, the club gave me my support system, a willingness to live, and a sense of purpose. At times, it's still a struggle, like now, but I'm standing with confidence, aren't I? But it doesn't stop here. I plan on attending a college to become an attorney and facing my fears while fighting for people's rights. Participating in programs such as Keystone, Junior Staff, Yes Academy, these programs help develop my character and leadership skills. They also helped improve my communication and life skills. And that's what my club has done for me. It's shown me how to persevere and overcome obstacles. At my club, we believe in God and the right to worship according to our own faith and religion. We believe in America and the American way of life, the Constitution and Bill of Rights. We believe in fair play, honesty, and sportsmanship. We believe in our Boys and Girls Club, which stands for these things, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you.
And on behalf of the Grady Hunter Rose Boys and Girls Club, Ms. Tara Bennett, I'd like to say thank you for all that you have done and what you will accomplish here in the near future and beyond. With that, wish you the best of luck in all that you decide you want to do.
Wow, that was a truly amazing story. I first met Tiara when she was about 12 years old, and it's amazing to see her journey over the past 6 years. We're so proud of her and know that she will do so well in college. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've been an incredible crowd. We want to thank you for celebrating our youth with us. We hope to see your smiling faces next year in person. Until then, we're going to continue to do whatever it takes for youth in our community.